Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
This team is must-watch television. The Philadelphia Phillies shut out the Washington Nationals in 2 straight games. They win this game by a score of 3-0. Look what happens when you actually have great starting pitching. It's actually unbelievable. Aaron Nola out-duels Patrick Corbin. Zack Wheeler out-duels Max Scherzer. And I remember during the time of the Zack Wheeler signing, Phillies fans, they were pissed off, a lot of outrage because it wasn't Garrett Cole. You need to get Garrett Cole. Relax, I said, relax. You needed to add depth to this starting rotation. Zack Wheeler was a phenomenal addition, and I was truly stoked for him to pitch in this starting 5. And look at what he has been able to do since he has gotten here. Zack Wheeler has been exceptional. He's been tremendous, and he's must-watch television without a doubt, out-dueling Max Scherzer. Hallelujah. It was a very entertaining game. He goes 6 2/3, allowed 3 hits, 0 earned runs, only walked 2, had 6 strikeouts on the night. The fastball was electric. 98, 99, pumping high 90s, getting it past guys without a doubt. And when you look at Trey Turner, 0 for 4, Juan Soto, 0 for 3, Howie Kendrick, 0 for 3, and these are the top guys in the Washington Nationals lineup. That first inning, I'll tell you what, it took Wheeler 13 pitches to get the job done. In case you didn't know, that's good. In case you don't understand, oh yeah, that's what you need out of a guy like Zack Wheeler. Now, when you look at the lineup, you thought, what the hell are you doing, Joe Girardi? You're taking Rhys Hoskins out of the lineup? This guy's been red hot. Now, it's not as if he's someone that just torches Max Scherzer all the time, but you're throwing Neil Walker in instead? Shut up, everybody. Neil Walker goes 3 for 3. He had 2 huge RBIs with a broken bat hit with bases juiced, by the way. Alec Boehm producing great spark offensively to load the bases for the Phils. But he went 3 for 3 on the night. Everyone's chipping in. Everybody has a role. And it seems like right now, those roles are not just being executed, but being executed perfectly. And that's why the Phillies have won 8 of their last 9 games. Bryce Harper's quiet. Who cares? You have other guys stepping up. You have Jay Bruce hitting a bam opposite field, may I add. And it's pretty damn clear if you look at this offense and how they have been rolling. They're not just trying to pull everything. They're not just trying to hit the big-time bomb, although the home run has been a reason why this team has been successful. It's not the only thing they're thinking about. They're using all of the field. They're not trying to pull pitches that are on the outside part of the plate. They are taking what the other team is giving to them. They're using the entire field. We haven't seen that in so damn long because of whatever philosophy Gabe Kapler was using here when he was the manager. And I just want to vomit thinking about Gabe Kapler's face. This episode of Sports Talk with Broads is sponsored by Orbit Energy and Power, and with over 20 years of experience in the industry, they are home to your solar experts. They offer flexible financing solutions such as $0 down. They will make sure that you receive all the state and federal incentives available for switching to solar. There's no risk and no need for investment. I loved everything I saw out of this baseball team in this game. Except if you want me to nitpick, if you want nitpick Broads, I'll give you a little nitpick Broads. Early in the game, the Phillies had a chance, and I've been on the record before getting mad at the Phillies for this, but ultimately it's a nitpick, and I understand that. But it could be the difference in winning or losing a baseball game. First inning, Andrew McCutchen gets on, Didi Gregorius moves him over, he ends up getting to third base with 1 out. And you got your top dogs up. Obviously, it's the first inning. You got your top players up to bat. Now, Max Scherzer is no easy task. He's hard to figure out. He's one hell of a competitor, and every time I get to watch this man compete, I love it. I go through this all the time. The way that he grunts, the way that he spits when he's throwing all these pitches. The competitive fire out of Max Scherzer, I want out of every single one of my guys. It's very unique, and it's so entertaining to watch. But it's not as if Max Scherzer is a tough cookie to crack. I get that. But Bryce, JT, Jay Bruce, early on, come on, fellas, take a lead. Make them feel the pain early. Make them question themselves early. They didn't do that. They could have. They had the chance. They had the opportunity, but they weren't able to. That annoys me a little bit. But like I said, nitpicking. I get how good this team is playing right now. They won 8 of their last 9. Who am I to scream about a first inning? It's just something to recognize. And speaking of Bryce Harper, woof, 3 strikeouts on the night, and he has been really poor as of late. Let me add 2 of those sentences that I just said and put it back to back. The Phillies won 8 of their last 9. Woof! Bryce Harper with 3 strikeouts, and he hasn't been that great over the last couple games, over the last week or so. Well, isn't that crazy? It's almost as if it's more than just Bryce Harper when it comes to this lineup. There's so many players being efficient. When their number is called, they're making sure, I got it. I got it. I'll step up. Who the hell is Neil Walker? Right? Let's be serious. Neil Walker's the difference maker? Well, guess what? Yeah, he was. Outside of Zack Wheeler, of course, yes. Yes. Neil Walker was. You got bases juice. You got Alec Boehm doing what he does best. He loads the bases up. Neil Walker with the broken bat single knocking in 2 runs. Awesome. Flat out awesome. And Jay Bruce off Max Scherzer. Awesome. In the 6th inning. When you look at Scherzer's night, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walked batters, and 6 strikeouts. Not the best out of him. It's funny. It's trending all over Twitter. But when the Nationals tweeted out something about beating the Phillies, they haven't beat the Phillies since. They tweeted out this stupid tweet about, beating the Phillies. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, go look at your results, damn it. Phillies are now 17-15, and they are cruising. Let's talk about what they utilized in the bullpen, shall we? Looks like David Phelps got in there for 1 1/3. Easy business. Did what he needed to do. No worries. You didn't have to double guess him. You know what he can provide. You've seen his career to this point. You can rely on him. He's someone who can get you outs. If you need to call up David Phelps out of the bullpen, he's going to get on that bump, and he's going to be a factor. He will help this baseball club. Now, Workman, different story. You know when it's the 9th in a 3-run game, there's going to be people on base. Whether you like it or not, he'll allow a hit. He'll walk a batter. It's not going to be as smooth as you want it to be with Workman. And that's why when you look at this back end, you really don't know what you have. It seemed like the Phillies did a great job of actually filling in the roles of what they needed to when it comes to longer relief and some of the middle relief guys. But the back end, that is still a huge question mark. Mike Gill of the Sports Bash on 97.3 ESPN, Mike Gill and myself, from 2 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. He likes the idea of maybe Arrieta in the bullpen being the closer. He has that mentality, he claims. And while I see where he's going with that, I don't personally believe that Jake Arrieta will go into that role. You're just going to throw Jake Arrieta there? I don't know. I mean, when you look at this rotation, sure, Zach Eflin's been fine, and when you look at some of the other guys outside of Jake Arrieta, Spencer Howard, he's probably the one to get knocked, and it kills me. It kills me to see more Sixto Sanchez tweets every single start, and I have to think about Spencer Howard. Not that I don't like Spencer Howard. I like what he brings. His velocity dips throughout the innings, though, so you question how fast he's getting fatigued, and you're questioning his endurance. You can't really relate it to what Sixto Sanchez has been doing. 100 miles per hour, 99 miles per hour. On the same exact plane as the 89, bang, it's dropping. It's ridiculous. The guy's absurd. We rip apart this organization all the time. They can't draft. They can't develop. And then here's Sixto Sanchez, the guy they get rid of. And, of course, the dude is a legit stud, and he looks like to be a damn force. Crazy how that works out. But when you talk a bit about this rotation, a guy who probably won't be in there, it's going to be the Spencer Howard, more so than the Jake Arrieta when we talk about more important games. Obviously, Nola and Wheeler, no doubt. But after that, Eflin, Arrieta, which one would you put on the bump for a game that matters maybe in postseason ball? Look at me right now talking about postseason ball. What the hell is going on? Getting back to the point, though, with Jake Arrieta, I don't really see that being where Joe Girardi goes. It seems pretty clear. Hector Neris, Workman, he's going to be utilizing some of the guys in the pen now and seeing who wins the job. I just don't trust Workman. I don't trust Neris at this point. And oh, by the way, you added Ranger Suarez back into the mix, which is a huge help. You look at this bullpen, it is clearly, it's more than just the Band-Aid at this point. They got an entirely new bullpen that makes at least a little bit of sense at this point. Let's talk about some defense in this game. Gene Segura at second base, bang, snatching balls, setting his feet, throwing it to first. I almost said Rhys Hoskins. Nope, Neil Walker. And then Alec Boehm at third. I think this whole Alec Boehm thing is so funny when it comes to his defense because I rip his defense all the time, and I think that it is deserving. When you look at what he has brought to the table to this point, there's so many times where he should be able to make a play, he doesn't make a play. But with that said, it's almost as if for all the plays that he misses, there's elite defensive plays as well. And here he is at third base, diving out, reaching out, throwing the ball over to Neil Walker, bang, out at first base. And you think, what the hell? It's almost as if there's no standard plays made by him. There's no traditional, hey, let me scoop up the ground ball, set my feet, make a nice throw. It's never that. It's either, holy hell, Alec Boehm, this is the worst defender I've ever seen in the history of the major leagues, except for if you want to throw Rhys Hoskins into the mix. Or it's, damn, is that Hall of Fame type defense? You never just get the standard out of Boehm. It's just funny how that works. This team does have some poor defenders, though. You want to talk about Rhys Hoskins real quick defensively. That 10-run inning against the Braves, how many ground balls, that wasn't charged an error, of course, but how many ground balls should he have been able to make? Well, I would say at least 2 in that inning. Rhys Hoskins sucks defensively. But he's been raking offensively. Let's get to the positive, bro. He wasn't in this game, but man, is he really something special at the plate right now. And you can question this. Does this day off hurt him? Remember, tomorrow, which is Eflin versus Sanchez, Anibal Sanchez, that's at 4 o'clock. So it's a quicker game. You don't wait till 7. Bang, it's at 4 o'clock late afternoon. But will this mess up Rhys's flow? Or will he just hop right back in the lineup? Boom, let me do my thing. We'll see, Rhys. He's been smoking the ball. Seriously. Destroying it. It's really fun. It's really fun. That swing, I can picture it. I close my eyes, and I can picture the swing. Alec Boehm has a beautiful swing. Rhys Hoskins has a beautiful swing. And when they execute and really annihilate the ball, mwah, mwah, feed me more. Now, I have a new partner who I'm planning to do some cool stuff with throughout the season. I'm teaming up with Phillies' own Stateside Vodka. Stateside is the fastest growing craft spirit in Pennsylvania and the first vodka on the market to actively hydrate the consumer with an electrolyte composition. What's better than this? Stateside is headquartered in Old Castleton, Philadelphia. It's 7 times distilled, certified gluten-free, and top-of-the-line premium vodka. You know I love supporting Philly and locally owned businesses, which is why I'm so excited about Stateside Vodka. So next time you're thinking about buying Tito's, which operated in Cowboys country down in Texas, Think to yourself this: do I love the Eagles or the Cowboys? We know the answer. There's no better vodka than Stateside. It's award-winning and Philly produced. Go to statesidevodka.com for 10% off the best vodka out there with promo code BROADS on pickup or delivery. Yes, they deliver to counties of Philadelphia, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery, Bucks, Westmoreland, and Allegheny. If you're out of state, go to your local liquor store and pick up some and tweet me your pick at Broads81. Drop a line below if you're getting some Stateside. Check out Stateside Vodka. It is delicious. Something to note about JT Realmuto as well, it's not as if he was getting on base left and right because he was smacking the baseball around, but once he did get on first, what did he do? He stole. He was active. It seems as if this identity of the team on the bases, it's aggressive, and that's scary. This offense is already scary. Isn't that clear? 1 through 9 can hit the baseball. So now think of an opponent who is scared of this lineup because they can do damage at any point, and not just Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto, as stated and as seen. Other guys can step up in key moments, but when you have those players now getting on base and stealing and not being afraid, now you got to keep them honest. Now you got to look over your shoulder. Now you got to have your catcher really on their toes. Even though they're on their toes when someone's on base, obviously, when you know that the team is willing to take that extra base, to put pressure on you, now there's an extra sense of urgency that can take away from the standard play. Going out of the stretch compared to the windup, that's already a bonus. But now you're looking over your shoulder a couple extra times. This team has the aggressive base running as one of their identities. It's unbelievable. It really is. When he can do that like JT did, and then when he can do what Jay Bruce did, I love it. I love that swing. I talk about Rhys, I talk about Alec Boehm because they're pure swings. But you give me that big body of Jay Bruce up there. And I talked about Andrew McCutchen's bomb the other day with the swag to it, where he dropped the bat and threw it at the same time, pimped it off a bit. Jay Bruce just has that professional big body lefty up there. Boom! And that looked really awkward. I don't have a lot of space here. If you're listening to this on a podcast, you don't really know what I'm doing. This is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, you name it. But if you're listening on YouTube, you saw how awkward that was. I apologize. I'm actually a righty, and I didn't have enough space because of my microphone to really get the follow through properly. I swear I could swing a baseball bat. Jay Bruce bringing it to opposite field. Not afraid to take the pitch where it is. No reason to pull that. No reason to try and pull that to right field. I don't know what Didi Gregorius would have done in that situation. He probably would have tried to pull it because he has no home run in his entire career that went anywhere other than right field, which is totally absurd. I loved it, what I saw out of Jay Bruce. I loved that dinger. Big dinger. You're up 2-0. You get added bonus. You get some insurance. You add a little bit of Geico. How can you be upset about that? You can't. You can't. Harper striking out 3 times. It's a tough watch right now. You know how Bryce is, though, at this point. He'll have those insane stretches of hitting 455, let's say, hypothetical, but 452, 5 homers, a ton of RBI, a bunch of walks. And then you have a cold streak. 2 for 18, 2 for 22, and then out of nowhere, boom, Bryce is heating up again. So only in the next couple of days, I expect our guy Bryce Harper to get back into the flow of things, to get out of the slump, to take the next step. This is what Bryce does. You just got to take some deep breaths, hope that the team comes together during those cold stretches for him, which they are. And once he bounces back, be aware. Be very, very aware. I just want to praise Zack Wheeler one more time. Serious stuff he had. That fastball, wow. It's seriously disgusting. It's seriously filthy. Give me 98. Give me 99. Give me that movement. Good luck swinging at that. You'll be looking by at JT afterwards thinking, damn, what am I supposed to do? Now, there were some lucky calls involved throughout the entire game. I know Juan Soto was disgusted with one of his strikeouts, and I will say it was high and inside. Probably wasn't the best call the Blue ever had, but sometimes it happens. And guess what? Didn't matter anyway, Juan Soto. You can kick the dirt, grab your nuts, lick your lips, stick your tongue out all you want. The Nationals were winning that game anyway. 17-15. It puts a smile on my face. When the team is playing this good, you have to park your ass on the couch and watch every pitch, every inning, every swing, or you're missing out. Because this is television you need to see. And tomorrow, Eflin. He gives you great outings. Sometimes you don't get the best, but he gives you great outings. His last outing should have been a complete game. Rain delay screwed him up, and Joe Girardi didn't put him back out afterwards, which makes a ton of sense. But you had a situation where he could have got a complete game. And he's gotten you complete games in the past. In this era of baseball, it's not normal. We talk about it all the time with Aaron Nola. Well, he hasn't had that complete game yet. It's hard to do. Whether it has to do with the rain delay, the score being a blowout, just getting to the 8th inning in general and getting through the 8th inning and having a reasonable pitch count to even go into the 9th. There's so many factors, and Zach Eflin gives you that. And he's on this insane run where he's actually getting a ton of strikeouts, and he's utilizing this curveball, which is nuts. You see it drop. Boom. Good luck. Smell ya. Get your ass to the dugout. Can he build off of that? Here's one thing that I really like out of Zach Eflin. It seems like he's always mixing something new in. It's almost as if he takes pride in his craft and he really focuses on making adjustments in his game. Whether it's location, whether it's the off-speed pitch, it's almost as if he studies film. He cares. Always working on stuff, always adding different things, always utilizing different parts of his art, if you will. Because to me, pitching is art. It's poetry. There's a lot of poetry in sports. Basketball, the ball movement, pitching. It's art. And the difference between him, Vince Velasquez, Nick Pivetta, those guys, they're not working on this stuff. They're just going out there and throwing. Now, Zach Eflin, he's tweaking things. He's not the greatest in the world, but for his role, and here's something, though, that I think dooms the Phillies. He's a 4 or 5 starter. I heard the speculation that, hey, he's your third right now. Well, if he's your third, you're in trouble. If he's your third, you need more. I'm intrigued by him as a 4-5 kind of guy. Realistically, 5th. He's your 3. But when you have a powerful offense like this that's lethal, well, you can get away with it for right now. Playoffs, though, different story. But you see what this team can do when you have Aaron Nola and Zack Wheeler on the mound. Shutout games. Shutout performances. And tip your cap to the bullpen as well. But it all starts with Aaron Nola and Zack Wheeler. That's how important starting pitching is. This isn't rocket science. They need more starting pitching. And if they have guys like Aaron Nola and Zack Wheeler, you're going to put yourself in a great position to win ball games, even if you have an offense that's overpowering and one of the best in the league at scoring runs. It's only that much easier when you can rely on specific individuals to shut down the opponent. And it's not like this Nationals team don't have great individual talent. Their record is what it is, but Trey Turner has been red hot. Juan Soto destroys the baseball. There's plenty of individual talent on this team that this Philly squad just walked in and said goodbye over the last couple games. Continue to shut them up, please. Tomorrow, Eflin, Anibal Sanchez. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you next time.